To Texas now, where we are awaiting a major vote in the abortion battle that's been playing out there as state Republican lawmakers push forward with their efforts to pass strict new restrictions. Pro-choice activists protesting the move to ban abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy. Supporters say that this bill offers women more protection. Texas Lieutenant Governor David Dewhurst, who has been extremely instrumental in this whole discussion, joins me now. Lieutenant Governor, welcome. Good to have you here today.
A pleasure, Martha. Hi.
There have been 1,000 people who have signed up to testify in this. We have watched an 11-hour filibuster by Democrat Wendy Davis in this. What do we expect to happen today?
Well, we just finished our hearing 17 hours straight over in the Senate. So we had some 4,000 people that signed up. We had 500 people that we heard between 10 o'clock yesterday morning and 6 o'clock this morning. So we're getting ready to take up the bill on the Senate floor probably the end of this week, the first part of next, and we're going to pass it, Martha.
You expect that vote to pass?
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. Absolutely.
What do you say to those who, in terms of the restrictions, we know that it would input a 20-week restriction, 20 weeks and under on abortion in Texas. Then there's also some changes in the regulations and where these abortions could take place. It would have to be, I believe, within 30 miles of a hospital, and it would have to be an ambulatory medical facility where they take place. The other side claims that that would eliminate so many of these clinics that it would cut down on the choices that women have in Texas.
Well, we don't think that's the case. We think we're protecting women's health and babies. At the end of the day, our state is a very pro-life state. I mean, over the years, I've passed parental consent, making a crime to harm an unborn baby, the sonogram bill, a woman's right to know. And this bill is broken into two parts, just like you said. The first part, we've made a decision that with 34 states, Martha, having an earlier deadline than we have in Texas for abortion, and virtually all the countries in Western Europe, including France, we think 5 months is the appropriate time for the deadline on abortion. The second part deals with improving the health care for women. Why in the world would, Martha, why would we regulate our clinics differently if we're taking our child to have their tonsils removed, or someone wants cataract surgery versus having an abortion? We want safe facilities.
It's very interesting. One of the folks who was speaking on your side of the argument at this testimony said, when you commit the murder of a pregnant woman who, is with child, obviously, you are charged with 2 murders in the state of Texas. Interesting argument, is it not?
It is. But again, several years ago, we made it a crime to harm an unborn baby. And we're respecting life. Now, there are 2 sides to this, and there's a lot of passion on both sides. But at the end of the day, we want to protect women's health better and not have abortions done in facilities where there's not blood. If there are complications, they can't take care of them. And so all we're saying on the side of the care is that do it in a facility that's safe, have the doctor have admitting privileges to a nearby hospital, and if you're using a drug-induced abortion, please have a physician there. Martha, to over 60% of the people in Texas, that's just common sense.
What about Wendy Davis? She's obviously been very passionate on the other side of this argument, and they do aim to seek to delay whatever they can. I think, most people concede that you have the numbers on your side in this, but they're going to seek to do whatever they can to keep pushing it off the rails.
Well, what happened back on June 25th and the mob rule was because we got the bill within filibuster range, meaning that we had a 30-day special session, and we got it within the last we could hear it within the last 24 hours. That's why time was of the essence. But we're in a new special session, and we're out of filibuster range, so if the other side wants to talk and talk and talk, they can talk for a couple of days. But at the end of the day, the majority of Texans and majority of Texas women believe that 5 months is a good deadline, and we're going to pass this bill.
All right, Lieutenant Governor David Dewhurst, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Martha.